Hi everyone, let us see what is going on for this week. So 28th of October to the 3rd of November. Let us see what is going on. Ego. So I do feel like this week we do have a lot of kind of fears coming to the surface, and it's very easy to get trapped in this energy, but there's no need, because I do feel that this week it is starting to warm up. We are starting to see the ice melting a little bit on these connections. So don't get caught in any ego fears. Just acknowledge them and work through them without getting attached to them. Interesting, we do still have healing with parents. So I got only the other day that the masculine side of the connection and possibly the feminine as well, still healing childhood wounds. So I do think that's still true here. I do still feel like there's some childhood wounds which are being healed. Relationships with parents as well can feel very very toxic actually. So maybe your person has tried to speak to their parent about this relationship and they've kind of like been very against it, and we are healing relationships with parents, and making sure that our parents' ego also isn't impacting us. Old kind of like traditions and beliefs which are outdated and which don't resonate for you, making sure that you aren't letting their opinions influence you too much. Yeah, loyalty. Your person is completely loyal to you and devoted to you, so do not let anyone else talk you out of this connection, including your own ego. Work through your fears, but don't let them try and tell you that your connection isn't real or isn't genuine, because it is. I feel a really big throat chakra itch here, like a block, and I think there is there is communication waiting to come out. Yeah, Divine Masculine card flipped when I said that. The Divine Masculine... Sorry, let me have a drink. The Divine Masculine of this connection is working on communicating. There's an itching and a burning on the back of his throat, and he just wants to spit it out. But he's still working through his ego as well. Maybe even... recovering after a conversation with a parent, or still working on those inner child wounds which have been stopping him from feeling stable in relationships. But this Divine Masculine is loyal. There's a lot of loyalty here, a lot of loyalty and a lot of love, and he will be communicating that soon. But it's going to be when the time is right. Pray to your angels this week, so do ask for angelic guidance and support. If you're struggling with communication, pray to Archangel Gabriel. Let him help you with communication in this connection. Just make sure that you are seeking that support and guidance that you need, because we're going through a transformational week. I do feel like this week is going to be... It's going to be one of those weeks which is really significant in the connection. Some weeks or some days in particular, you look back and you're like, that was a transformational time. That was a week which really changed my life. And this is going to be one of those weeks, but it's going to be very, very deep. It is about, working through lots of ego shit this week so that we can enjoy the end of the week. By the end of this week, we're going to be free. We've got freedom here. By the end of this week, you are going to be free of a lot of these fears, but it's just an unpleasant couple of days at the start of the week whilst we're facing some of our ego. Don't put a mask on. So, whatever fears you're facing right now, acknowledge them and feel them and work through them. Don't try and cover them up, because you cover them up and you're just making the situation worse. You're prolonging your suffering, basically. The fact that they're coming up now means that they're ready to be healed. And by the end of this week, I do feel like you can be free from a lot of this. Do ask the angels for guidance and support. Don't try and do this alone. I do feel like the more you pray, the easier the start of this week is going to be. And like I said, by the end of this week, we're going to be free of a lot of unhealthy attachments and thoughts. And we've got travel. I'm going away on holiday on Friday, so this could be a card for me, but also some of you will be choosing to go traveling. Travel is going to be important. You're free as well. You are free to go traveling and go moving. You don't feel like you have to stay where you are for this connection to work out. You know, the bond you two have means that you are free to go and do what you want to do. But travel is going to be helpful. I'm going to see why. Rebirth. So rebirth flipped, and you know, getting away from your current situation. So for those of you who are facing a lot of fears, sometimes the best thing to do is get out in nature, is get moving, change the scenery around you, even if it's just for a day or an hour even. You know, go for a drive and go find somewhere different and peaceful. Get on the road, basically, is what you need to do. You need to get on the road, you need to change your environment. Doesn't have to be for a long time, it can just be a couple of hours. But this is going to help with your rebirth. I said this week is transformational, and you know, you getting out of your house, getting out of your current energy area, you know, where you've been kind of like festering and working through these fears, you know, just changing that environment for a short amount of time is going to help you with your rebirth. We have divine feminine, so could be that the divine feminine feels urged to do this, but you know, in this reading we now have divine masculine and divine feminine. I feel like you're both getting on the same page here. I think this week is about working through these fears so that you two can get on the same page in this connection. We have finances, so there could be some material struggles for the divine feminine this week. Just nothing big, but you know, just worries or concerns about her material world. What is going on for the divine feminines and divine masculines this week together? You know, what can we expect to see between them both? Purging. I'm not surprised. This week, especially the start of the week, is about purging. It's about healing and it's about releasing. But I do feel that by the end of this week, we are going to have a rebirth and we're going to have a lot of freedom, a lot more happiness. It's going to be much, much brighter and warmer by the end of the week. Make sure you're not getting stuck in your head here with a fantasy card. You know, make sure you are down to earth. You are thinking about taking the practical steps that you need. You know, don't just get lost in the 5D. Make sure that you are grounding yourself and you are actually getting out, you know, doing what you need to do for this connection and for your healing, for you to be happy. You know, make sure you are actually taking action. They're saying like escaping to your 5D garden is not good enough. You actually need to get out your house and go somewhere. Okay, how is the divine masculine viewing the divine feminine this week? Unknown. She's a mystery to him. Complete mystery, like, and such a sexy, secretive mystery. It's like, you know, he doesn't know the way she works. He doesn't know how she can stay so strong, stay so optimistic. He's seen such a transformation in her as well already, and he doesn't know how she does it. He really doesn't. Let's see how the divine feminine is viewing her divine masculine this week. Finances. So very well, you know, she could see that, you know, he is working through some stuff in his world right now. He could be moving home, he could be changing career or going for a promotion. He's just trying to find that stability in his material life, in his 3D world, and that's completely fine. It's important that, you know, this is done so that he can be ready, because especially the way the masculine energy is, you know, how driven it is, how that's the energy which is going to be ultimately the one which is kind of like the driving force behind the connection. It's the divine masculine who is the one who, you know, wants to pursue the divine feminine in this game, you know, this hunting, chasing game. That's just the masculine energy. That is, you know, the whole hunting nature of it. And until he has his finances in order, he's not going to be in any mental condition or state to really to do this. Okay, and let us just see any other messages that need to come out about the masculines and feminines. Reflection. So you two are kind of like reflecting each other right now, working through your own ego issues, and I do feel like lots of your fears are the same as well. And if you work through them this week, there's going to be a breakthrough in the connection. Things are not going to stay stuck for long. I do see this shifting very, very quickly. Get a romance angel card. New love. Yeah. This connection is transforming. It is completely new. It's not this old stagnant relationship that it was before. It's not old love. It's something new. It's something exciting. And the masculine here does want to pursue his feminine. But like I said, first of all, we have the purging to do. Healing family issues. So yeah, I got the start of the reading that we're healing some issues with parents, or your person is healing, you know, from inner child wounds, or yeah, walking away from parental advice maybe for some. And I do feel like that is a key theme this week. Free yourself. By the end of this week, I really do feel like, you know, you will be back in control of your life. I think this start of this week, we just need to ride it out and do what you can to get through your purging, and then, you know, just trust that, you know, your counterpart is doing this as well with a reflection card that we had before. You are both, you know, mirroring this energy. Codependency. So this week is about freeing yourself from codependency. It's about making sure you're really independent and happy and focused on your own life. There is a big communication block right now, because my throat was fine before I started doing this reading. Huge communication block, but I do see that shifting soon. And we have make the effort. So someone is going to be making the effort with you. Someone knows that this love is worth taking those steps that, you know, they feel guided to take. Okay, we're just going to get some counterpart messages. So we're going to look at the divine feminine to the divine masculine first. Make sure you rest. I promise to always love and protect you. And I miss us. So the divine feminine wants her divine masculine to know, you know, make sure you rest. I promise to always love and protect you, and I do miss us. And the divine masculine to his divine feminine. I choose you. You are the one for me. Our love is eternal and can endure anything. And the final message. I'll be with you soon, I promise. So yeah, I think this week is going to be transformational and a little bit challenging, but it is going to be one of those pivotal weeks where you look back and you really do feel like things have shifted. If you'd like to buy either this deck or my message deck, you know, I'll post the links in the description box below, and you can do that via my website. Okay, sending you lots of love and light.